being in Sej is a very great opportunity, and I've really learned more than even I've experienced in other firms.
My favorite moments here are all the moments.
If you don't have experience or you don't have knowledge, you can't give it.
A young Nigerian is convinced that African youths and women can find a great future leveraging aquaculture, and he's leaving no stone unturned in his quest to raise professionals and entrepreneurs who will tackle the challenge of quackery in the sector while ensuring food security. Shejiro Oketojinu is the founder-CEO of Sejfarms Consult, who has trained over 5,000 youths and women since he opened shop about 20 years ago. His recent yearning is to train at least 3,000 youths and women on aquaculture annually.
Genetics, okay, that's where you get the seeds from, Abby? Okay, so that's very interesting.
His journey into aquaculture began during his days as an undergraduate when he owned his first fish farm within his father's house. Shejiro is convinced that the right exposure to the huge opportunities aquaculture holds can truly transform the lives of many.
Sejfarms is an aquaculture-based farm. Aquaculture is our core. We have some level of integration into few crops, snails too, but our core is aquaculture. So we are very active in some of the major aquaculture value chain. Grow outs, we do a lot of grow outs. We do fish processing, that's value addition. We do seed production, and we do some bit of research too. We have other species too that are indigenous that we're trying to domesticate so that we can begin to introduce that into the aquaculture sector. So basically, commercially, we do catfish and tilapia. Then the catfish has hybrids and the popular clarias. Then we have our tilapia, the sex reverse tilapia, and we have about 5 other species ranging from pangasius, carp, Parachana obscura, Gymnacus, Niloticus, and Heterotis Niloticus too, as other species that we are trying to domesticate.
Aquaculture Incubation Innovation Development Institute is a training arm of Sejfarms, which exposes trainees to real-time practical and theoretical experiences that deeply spike their interest and passion in aquaculture.
In addition to all of the production operations on the farm here, we are into training of the young people, women and youth, because the government, we understand the government can't do everything. So as a young man too, I felt that what can I contribute to food security in the country, and not just in Nigeria, Africa at large, in Africa at large. So we felt that, okay, this knowledge we have, can we pass it on to the coming generation that is very close to us? So it is, if you don't have experience or you don't have knowledge, you can't give it. So this has really helped to build, bridge the information or the knowledge gap, the technical know-how challenge we have in the industry, because there's no how you pass through Sejfarms Consult and you won't be better in the aquaculture sector. In fact, 400 level students that come here, they have just few months or years to, just a year or few months to finish from school. When they come here, we realize that they are not fit for the labor market to manage people's investment yet. So when they come here and they are leaving, they become somebody brand new, with new ideas, full of energy. And so we've had several testimonies, and we've had so many of them employed in big organizations, and they are doing fantastically very well. Now, in fact, we have some of them that are not even in the country anymore, and they are making us proud.
Sejfarms is a student's delight, a preferred training destination. students from various tertiary institutions in Nigeria and other countries in Africa have passed through the farm.
IT is for 6 months, and we've visited different places for IT, but being in Sej is a very great opportunity, and I've really learned more than even I've experienced in other firms. What I've experienced here is quite different from what I've experienced in other firms. In other firms, the place we went to for the first time, we were more on processing and packaging. But since I get to Sejfarms, I've known more about breeding, know more about feeding and the size of feed you can give your fishes. I know more about their processing. I know different things you can do with your fish, because I got to understand that catfish, there's nothing like a waste when you're dealing with catfish. Everything relating to catfish is very, very essential and very important. Like the things we turn our catfish to, we have catfish fillet, we have catfish powder, we have catfish flakes, we have catfish cracker, catfish kilishi, we have a lot of things, and I got to experience most of them at Sejfarms. My favorite time here has been both the sport and our experience at the landing site, because the day we came here, we arrived here, it was on Friday, so we have to visit the landing site on Saturday. It was a little bit stressful, but at the same time, it was a great experience, because we got to understand how some artisanal fishermen operate with how they drag their nets and all, because we also participate in dragging the net.
Our routine here in Sejfarms is just on a daily basis. We come to our farm, we resume to the hatchery, and after then we check our fish rather, and then we also feed them. Thereafter, if there's any classroom lectures, if there's any lectures, we go to the classroom activities, we attend the classroom activities, and also if there is any important or maybe there's any sales at the farm, we harvest some fish. Then after the harvesting process, we take them to the processing center, that's the Musneri Foods. I had so much experiences in the process, because coming down to Sejfarms, I got to know that we have different derivatives from catfish, over 20, part of which we have fish kilishi, fish eggs, fish crackers, and the likes, and so on like that. So, and I was able to have a practical knowledge on how each of these have been carried out. He has been contributing a whole lot to ensure that each of his interns are able to gain as much as possible. And just like you usually say, that he's not hiding anything, and once you are here, learn as much as possible and then run with it.
While the farm has the capacity to produce 1 million tons of fish annually, it has not only attracted students and schools, it has also attracted local and international NGOs. Yet, Sejiro is not relenting. His goal is simple: to empower youths and women as everyone joins hands to eradicate food insecurity in Nigeria, in Africa, one step per time.